Hello and welcome to week 1 of 650K. Each week I'm going to share a brief overview video with you that will be attached to the module. Please be sure to start each week by looking at your weekly overview. And so you can get most of the assignments from your module homepage and the checklist or from your course calendar, but you will be missing really key information. So please be sure to navigate this course each week through your weekly overview. That'll help set you up for success as you get started each week. All right, so this week we're going to spend time familiarizing ourselves with the course objectives, introducing ourselves to each other. Please take a minute to post an introduction. I'd like for you to develop an understanding of the general definition and types of assistive technology this week, and then we're going to do a deep dive into universal design for learning. All right, so you have each week posted a quick checklist as well as more detailed checklist for your activities. I'd like to share with you the conceptual framework for the class before we start. And so if we think about this class having an overarching theme or umbrella, it's UDL, Universal Design for Learning, as well as accessible and just teaching practices. And so we're going to explore that through 3 different avenues. The first is of assistive technology. We're going to learn all about the process, types of technology, and assessment for assistive technology. The second is through specially designed instruction. And then we're also going to explore high leverage practices. And we have 2 different types of high leverage practices that we're going to dive in a bit more deeply in this class, and that is explicit instruction and intensive instruction. We're going to learn about teaching writing and teaching vocab through explicit instruction and intensive instruction, and that will help us meet the Ohio literacy standards, and then looking at assistive technology will help us meet our general course learning objectives. So I hope that gives you sort of a visual, contextual framework for how we're going to approach this class this term. Okay, so for week 1, I'd like for you to first introduce yourself to me and to your peers. I know many of you know each other, but we have some new folks joining us. I'd like for you to participate in our first weekly discussion. After you read all of these different pieces around an introduction to assistive technology, as well as universal design. And so this piece, the big ideas in special education, it is what we have modeled our 586 Your Methods 1 class, but it's really going to help us fit the explicit instruction and intensive instruction that we're going to explore this term through your writing and your vocab. So you may have read this already, but please do a quick read of this again. I have posted here a piece that I wrote about inclusive curricular design. This applies to higher ed. You don't need to read this very deeply. This is more of a scan to sort of get the big picture, and I want for you to think about how you can translate inclusive curricular design to your own teaching practices. And so this is for a call not just for universal design for learning, but more universal curricular design. And so we, in this piece, I explore how to incorporate universal design for instruction, universal design for the built environment, universal design more broadly into your teaching. And then we're going to really dive into what is assistive technology. And then you'll have one IRIS module this week, and that is an overview on AT. All right, please be sure to check in with any questions that you might have. Best of luck this week, and looking forward to hearing from you. Take care.